I've now had my DTF Station Prestige R2 Pro for about 9 months, so I feel like I can give some feedback, some thoughts about my experience with it so far. I'm gonna cover what I like about this, what I don't like about this, what I've done to modify some of the default settings or the actual printer itself, and also some issues I've run into and how I was able to get them resolved. So let's jump into it. Unlike most shops that describe abuse, where they maybe run it a ton and don't really clean it necessarily, I abuse this in the exact opposite way. Because of my job, I spend most of my time out on the road, and so I leave this thing completely ignored, like nobody in here, for weeks at a time. One time I left it 16 days, but multiple times I've left it for 10, 12, 14 days at a time. And every time I come back, I simply do I clean up the capping station area, and I do a load ink, a cleaning and nozzle check, potentially a second load ink cleaning and nozzle check, and I'm printing again. And I still have no missing nozzles, no clogs, no issues whatsoever. It's kind of blown me away at how little I use this thing or how often I leave it that it does so well. And literally when I go on the road, I just unplug my computer because I need it on the road and I leave. I do nothing to prepare my machine to be left alone. Another thing that I love about it is the quality of the print. Even though it's a smaller desktop type machine, I get the same quality as if I was running one of the big i3200 multi-heads. This uses i1600s, and so it's like half the nozzles, half the size, half the speed, but the same exact quality. So when you see a print on my shirt, for my machine, it's gonna look no different than another machine that was calibrated properly. Another thing I love about this machine is just the robust build of it all. Like, there's a lot of functions and features in here that just make sense. There's a protective guard over the encoder strip. The dampers, I really actually like the way these dampers are set up. They're easy to access in case I need to address anything. And the quality of the capping stations, like the actual piece that kind of goes up and touches your print head, I think that's part of the reason this thing works so well. I think the main reason is the ink. I think this ink is something special. But yeah, I think that the capping station plays a huge role in sealing up that print head, so when I do leave it for such long periods of time, I don't have issues with it. Let's get into stuff I don't really love about this printer. My biggest beef, I think, with this printer as a whole is where the ink containers are. It's nice and clean and looks really great, but it's a pain in the butt to get in there and work on it. Like, if I wanted to actually pull one of the ink containers out, it'd be a whole mess, a whole situation. I've worked on a lot of other machines that are a lot easier to get your ink containers out. Ultimately, like, you don't need to do that very often, but when I swapped the ink out, when I went from the Color Prime to the Color Prime Chroma, that was definitely a pain in the butt. I did not love that. And there's not a lot of slack on the hoses in there, so it was hard to like even remove them. It was just, yeah, I didn't love that. This area here where you clean the bottom of the carriage, it's really tight. I actually took out one of the panels. This is one of the modifications I did. There's like a mirrored panel. I actually took that out so I had a little bit more room to work up under there. So I don't totally love that. A couple of the modifications that I've made to this printer. Number one, I already mentioned it before, I pulled the mirrored kind of stainless steel panel out of here to make it easier to access my print head. I took off the cover for the carriage so I could see what's going on with my dampers at any time. Another modification I made is I took off the little locking mechanism on the Ethernet cable. It does just plug in like a normal Ethernet plug because I needed a longer Ethernet cable to go to my computer at my desk over there. And then the major modification is actually technically a software-based one. These machines come to default with auto cleans every 4 hours. So every 4 hours we do an auto clean. I have set mine to 840 minutes, which I think is like 14 hours. But I have my auto clean happening every 840 minutes, and I'm doing a week clean. Now that's not the default. And the reason I did that is I didn't want it to waste as much ink when I was out on the road. I've not had any issues or ill effects of that, meaning I don't have any clogs, I've not had any issues like that. But all it wastes, like the last trip I was on, I was gone for like 12 or 14 days, something like that. And there was only this much ink in the bottom of the ink tank, of the waste ink tank. So those modifications have helped this work a little bit nicer for me and not wasting as much ink. So I've had two issues that have come up periodically. One of them is sometimes the film would shift a little bit and you'd see it kind of pucker up in the back corner, and eventually as it's printing, it would kind of print off to the side. And so I tried adjusting some stuff in the back and it wasn't ever fixing it. So I hopped on Discord, which is their support channel. And on Discord, I put in that my film was moving to one side. And it was like a Saturday night or something like that. And of course, none of their techs are there for tech support. And Marcus, the AI, hopped on and said, hey, this is a conversation that somebody had with one of our other techs that might answer your question. And it totally did. They had a little video on what to do to adjust it. I made that change and I haven't had any problems since I made that change. So that fixed it like immediately. Another issue that I had once was where the white started printing out fine and then it started to fade out over time. And again, I hopped on Discord and without even a tech needing to engage, Marcus the AI found a previous ticket where the tech had helped the customer fix the solution. I went through that process that they showed and I was able to go over and fixed my problem. Pretty much every issue I've had with this, I've been able to resolve with Discord, technically with Marcus the AI, not even needing to engage with a tech, though a tech always popped on and checked in to see what was going on. That I absolutely love. I love that feature. But you have to get used to Discord. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't love Discord. I've got a video on it, but if you can get yourself comfortable with Discord, it makes your tech support amazing on these machines. So people ask me all the time, if you had to spend your money on a machine, what machine would you get? And obviously it depends on your output, right? If you're selling gang sheets, this is not the right size machine for you. But the beauty of the DTF Station Prestige line of printers is all of the things that I've said that I like about this machine and about my experience with this are available on every one of their machines. 13, 17, 24 inch, 36 inch, the new X6. Those are available across their entire line, those benefits and features and functions. So if I was in a shop, if I'm getting ready to start selling gang sheets or something like that, I would lean toward one of the 24 inches, like the XL2 or the XL4. I cannot say enough good things about my experience with this. The prints that come off it are amazing. I mean, obviously I'm a color profile, it's gonna look amazing. But the cool thing is the way that the DTF Station printers come, there are amazing profiles that come with your machine and not anybody else can say that. My recommendation is, depending on your output, if you're a small shop, this might be perfect, or like a little crafter. If you're doing a decent amount of volume, maybe the XL2. If you're selling gang sheets, maybe the XL4. And then if you're doing big production, the X6. So that's my experience so far. 9 months in, I abuse it. It's still printing amazingly. Literally, no clogs, nothing. It's crazy. It blows my mind. I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. Maybe if you have a Prestige printer, you can maybe make some of the changes that I did and you might find your experience to be a little bit better. And if you've tried to use Discord and maybe you've had issues trying to use Discord, comment below and let's chat about it, because my experience has been shockingly easy and helpful. If you aren't a DTF Station Prestige printer user and you want more information, reach out to one of their dealers. DTF Station is the manufacturer, but they don't sell directly to end users. So they use a distributor model. So what you wanna do is head to the link down in the description below. It's gonna take you to where to buy. Basically, it's DTF Station's site and you can find a dealer or distributor near you. Many of them are in the US, but there are dealers in Europe, South America, Australia, South Africa, and Asia. So really all over the globe. There might be some different coverages available or products available in different areas, but no matter where you're watching this from, if you're interested in getting a DTF Station printer, you can find somebody who will help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.